aroma, the smell, the desire, the taste, the necessity of tea world over is what makes the world go around for Indians. Our guest this week, Khas Mehman, Mr. Sumit Shah. He's a young entrepreneur at the helm of Madhu Jayanti, one of India's foremost tea conglomerates. Hello, I'm Madhu Jayanti here. Welcome to The Business and The Big Idea. मधु जयंती कंपनी भारत के टॉप 5 टी एक्सपोर्टर्स से एक है। इंडिया में अच्छी पकड़ जमाए मधु जयंती कंपनी की चाय ने टी ड्रिंकिंग एक्सपीरियंस को इंट्रीगिंग, इनवाइटिंग एंड इंटॉक्सिकेटिंग बनाया है। इनोवेशन और यूनिक मार्केटिंग एंडेवर्स जैसे कि दुनिया में फर्स्ट ऑनलाइन टी पार्टी ने कंपनी को ऊंचाइयों तक पहुंचाया है। साथ ही टी कैंप 10 भी लगाए जाते हैं जहां पर कंज्यूमर्स पार्टिसिपेट कर सकते हैं इन मूड रिलेटेड फ्लेवर्ड टी टेस्टिंग के लिए जो आपके मूड के अकॉर्डिंग होंगे। ऑल दीज इनिशिएटिव्स एंड टेक्निक्स take tea derived consumption to another dimension altogether. Hello, मैं हूँ नीवा जैन. Welcome to The Business and welcome to The Big Idea. Hello, Sumit.
Hi, Neva.
Welcome to The Big Idea.
Thank you so much.
And very exciting because I don't think we've ever shot with anybody which is related to the tea industry or any brands. It's quite exciting.
Good to be the first person, yeah.
Yes, lovely. So share with us Madhu Jayanti ka jo story hai.
So, well, Madhu Jayanti today is one of the top exporters in India as far as tea and value-added teas are concerned. Our journey started off back in 1950s. Right. So my grandfather moved from a little town in Gujarat. He moved to Calcutta because he wanted to find a new opportunity.
The hardcore Gujarati.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. And he came to Calcutta looking for an opportunity, right? And tea is where he found a passion. Right? So he wanted to serve a good cup of tea to the entire world. That was his vision back then.
Can you imagine passion and vision?
Us waqt.
That's phenomenal.
Exactly. And I think third generation we're still sort of continuing that.
And growing leaps and going up, right?
Precisely.
Amazing.
So we started off as traders and then slowly moved up the value chain. We got into the plantation business. We had a couple of tea plantations.
Okay.
And then he sort of wanted to still move forward, right? So he said, or in his mind, he thought that plantation is not where he wants to be, right? He wants to do value-added products on it, right? And that's when we entered the tea bags and the packet tea business. Right. So back in the 70s, we imported a machine from Argentina, which was essentially a very simple tea bag making machine. And then we built up a small factory with 4 people.
Okay, but sorry, I'm backtracking.
Yeah.
USP kya tha with that Argentina machine? Kyun?
So nobody in India had that machine.
And what was special about it?
So the special of the machine was it could make tea bags, which was an unknown concept in India back then.
Yes.
No one knew what tea bags were. But it's a very known concept in the western part of the world.
Amazing.
Right? So they were looking for manufacturers who could take teas from India and package it in India so it still remains fresh. It doesn't have to be shipped somewhere else and then packed somewhere else, right? So they wanted fresh teas packed in India and then shipped abroad. And that's the opportunity that he saw back then.
And that's what you caught on. It was that.
Exactly. That's what he caught on.
Okay.
And soon we were in 10 years we were exporting to Europe, to Russia, to the US.
So where is tea most popular? Like, I mean, you're one of the top exporters. Kahan jata hai Madhu Jayanti, and which are the important?
So Madhu Jayanti ships to over 42 countries. Our largest market would probably be Russia.
Oh. How come? Interesting.
It's a very interesting story, right?
Yeah,
so
sure.
Russia is actually, so for Russia, tea is the second largest consumed beverage.
After vodka?
After vodka.
Oh, get out! Who would have thought vodka
who would have thought?
One hand and tea?
Exactly, who would have
Very
thought?
Interesting.
But after vodka, it is the second largest consumed hot beverage.
Okay.
So my dad went to Russia in the 90s.
Okay.
Right, and he saw an opportunity to do something there because there was no one who was based in Russia doing tea. Everybody was importing tea from somewhere.
I've understood.
So
he made a foothold in Russia.
Yes, so he made a foothold in Russia.
Wow.
We set up a plant in Russia. And today, the entire Russian operation is self-sufficient. We have a full manufacturing unit over there. We have a sales and distribution team over there.
Fantastic. But I'm sorry, मुझे थोड़ा interrupt करना था, Sumit. But Russia is not an easy place to do business.
It is not an easy place to do business.
Whew,
it is not.
किया? I mean, like,
so there are two
that's
things,
phenomenal.
right? So it's not an easy place for two reasons. Firstly, so Russia is a big country, right? So it's in terms of sales, you can either have West Russia or East Russia.
Correct.
Now, West Russia, which is the better part of Russia, which is Moscow, St. Petersburg, etc., is very difficult to do business over there because of competition.
Yes.
So my dad said, okay, well,
very
that's
mafia-driven and
to some extent,
to some
yeah.
extent.
Now it's much better. It's much cleaner now.
Okay.
So my dad said, okay, well, if West Russia is so competitive and there are so many tea brands over there, we will go to East Russia.
Wow.
Where there were
That's a visionary.
where there's virtually nobody doing much. That's because the weather conditions are extreme.
And it's barren and it's
exactly.
It's pretty there's not much there.
There's not much there.
There's
much. In fact, back in the 90s, I remember he would carry food from India when he would go on trips because he would not get any vegetarian food to consume over there. Right? And temperatures
is the
would
spirit of Indian entrepreneurship.
Yes, absolutely.
To have that foresight to go to Eastern Russia, which was literally barren. It was like the Wild West of the US.
Exactly.
And to take it on, that's amazing.
Right, and so the weather
conditions. Which area in, didn't mean to interrupt, which area in Eastern Russia?
Vladivostok. That's the primary city over there in the eastern part of Russia. Right. So, we've been there since about the early 90s.
Okay. And how's the experience been?
It's been fantastic, right? Okay. So in terms for the company, we now have about 33% market share in that region with our brand. We'll do about 100 crores of business from there.
Fantastic. Just in one Eastern Russian block.
Yes.
That's amazing. We have to take a little break.
Sure.
Sumit, please don't mind. Folks, break time. Vapasi aake in conversation with the young scion, Sumit Shah of Madhu Jayanti. Back again in conversations with the scion Sumit Shah of Madhu Jayanti. So, Sumit, you're pretty much very, very strong in most countries outside of India.
Right.
And, you just shared your Russian experience. Where else is Madhu Jayanti popular?
So, Madhu Jayanti as a manufacturer for teas is very popular in Europe. We serve a lot of teas to most of the retailers in Europe because of the expertise we have in this industry, right? So
and it's like it's such a moment of pride because it's a made in India brand that has gone so global.
Absolutely.
I mean, phenomenal. So you have Sumit, 2 verticals. Hamare saath share kar lijiye both the verticals.
Sure. So
the strengths of Madhu.
Absolutely.
Jayanti,
So Madhu Jayanti's business essentially works in 2 parts, right? One is private label, which is where we bring all our tea expertise to other retailers who want to run their own brands of teas.
Okay, how does that work?
So let's say a company, I can't name companies over here, but let's say a retail chain wants to they want to sell their own brand of teas.
But they don't want to get into the R&D and the whole...
because they can't keep doing that for every product, right? Or let's say a cafe chain, a coffee chain wants to serve teas as well.
So it's generic. Basically, one aspect of Madhu Jayanti is generic tea configuration, which you sell to other companies and they brand it with their own.
Correct. And but we do the full end-to-end packing, right? So we
back to front, from the beginning to the end, front and back.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But we actually take that, one of the reasons we are so successful, we take that a level forward, right? What we try to do is we become partners with them. And we bring in our R&D, our knowledge into their operations. So if you're serving certain varieties of teas, we know where the market is moving after 2 years or 3 years. So we start gearing them up to be able to serve those varieties, those variants that their competitors are probably not serving. And that's how they are at the edge of the curve.
You're one step ahead of in anticipating what the consumer wants.
Exactly, right? So if you look at India, right, green tea has been catching on a lot, right? It's growing at about 60% year on year.
Really?
Absolutely, it's growing at about 60%. That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah.
And so we've been talking with our customers 3 years ago, saying, okay, we're going to get you started on green tea. You are not seeing this trend, but we are seeing it, and we are seeing it happen, right? And then let's move forward. And now most of our customers are doing green tea and are very happy. And now we're talking to them, what do they need to do 2 years from now? So that's where we bring our value addition, more, apart from the quality and the consistency of production.
And the revenue stream is solid there?
It's a good revenue stream. Because at the end of the day, we take a lot of headache out from the retailer, right? So they don't need to now start thinking so many things.
Correct.
They can trust someone to do it for them. And that's essentially the model we've employed for them.
Well, it's been phenomenally successful.
So far, yes.
The other, touch wood, the other vertical?
So the other vertical is, we went back and said about in the 90s, right? We went back and thought, look, we are actually serving so many consumers our tea. So our product is solid. It's just that we are not branding it with our name, right?
So why don't we
start that process? And that's exactly how Russia started off. We said in Russia, we are going to run our own brands.
The Madhu Jayanti label.
So in Russia, we actually now run 4 brands. Our most, the most famous brand for us over there is a brand called Golden Victoria. And
what's the specialty of it?
So Golden Victoria is actually 100% Indian tea. So we've tried to push Indian tea over there. Something we saw in Russia was a lot of the Sri Lankan teas, a lot of the Kenyan teas was popular. And we said, well, why don't we try pushing Indian tea? And it's worked very well.
Interesting. And what is the distinctive aroma to it or the flavor?
So what happens with, so it's difficult to describe it, but the Indian tea is a little more stronger and the cup is a little more brighter than the Sri Lankans. We'll have to go into a tasting session for you to be able to see that.
Oh, we'd love to do that one. Interesting.
That'd be great, actually. It's a very interesting process. But it's how it hits the palate. So what we try and do is, every country we go to, we try and understand what kind of foods do they eat, what kind of beverages.
The DNA of that country.
Exactly. It's the taste profile of that region. And then we work backwards to see where should we ideally source the teas from, what kind of teas we should be providing. In fact, there's a particular country last year we
share with us an interesting anecdote.
Right. A couple of years ago, we sourced tea from Turkey. And no one would ever think Turkey will be serving tea from there. But the region needed that. And we said, okay, we'll source tea. It's a very distinct variety of tea.
And what would have been the distinct flavor for Turkey? Like, what would you describe it to be? Very interesting.
It's difficult. I think it's very different from the teas we've seen in other parts of the world. But I'll share another example, right? Where we've done a lot of R&D is, we work with a company in Finland. We've been working with them for over 12 years now. And they wanted to come up with blends that their competitors didn't have, it was not seen in the market earlier. So we went back and we started seeing what was the change in foods in that region. And we noticed that they started consuming a lot of spices. So the spice import into the country has increased. And that obviously means that people are consuming spices. So they developed a taste for spicier products, right? And that's where we introduced something called green tea masala. Right.
So a combination of green tea.
Exactly, right? So that's health benefit. Plus the spicy.
But the spicy, that
added to it.
Like that zing.
Yes, the zing added to it.
Combined with the health factor. Very interesting.
Right, and so we fused that, and then now it's almost it's become the top-selling SKU for that company over there.
Unbelievable. Who would have thought tea could be so fascinating? But we have to take another short break.
Sure.
Folks, break time. Please don't go away. Back again in conversations with the young scion Sumit Shah of Madhu Jayanti, one of India's largest exporting tea houses. Phenomenal. So what are you all about? Because you really seem to have it at your fingertips, Sumit. I mean, like, you represent the new India.
Well, I do. So for me, joining this business, it's a family-run company, right? So at some levels, it's almost my responsibility.
Wow.
Right? If you go back and see the number of years your parents, their parents have put into the business, the amount of effort the family has put into it, it's almost a responsibility to take forward.
Beautiful.
But
Pleasurable responsibility?
absolutely.
No burden at all.
No burden at all. So my
Wow.
parents were very clear and said, if you want to take it forward, it's up to you. If you don't want to take it forward, that's up to you as well. So they've done all.
So you had that choice. That's
absolutely,
nice.
absolutely.
Progressive parents.
Very.
I like
very
that.
progressive
Very nice.
parents.
Okay, share with us. You coming out with really super cool marketing strategies from TO.me to online tea parties. Share with us.
Sure. So last year we launched a brand for the Indian market.
Okay.
The brand is called Tiame. And the way
Tiame, yeah, sorry, that's more exotic.
the way we positioned it is we've gone back to the drawing board and tried to see why do people drink tea. And we realized that people don't really know the power of tea. For most people, tea is just a drink that they consume in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening, and that's the end of it, right? But tea is a very versatile drink, right? So if you look at what an Assam tea can do for you, it's going to energize you because it's got caffeine, versus what a green tea could do,
which is the health,
is the health angle, right? Look at what chamomile tea could do, right? It's going to soothe you and calm you and de-stress you. So we said, okay, India doesn't know this yet, right? So maybe that's a good position for us. And that's exactly what Tiame is all about.
Which is very cool. Very cutting edge,
we're trying to push tea into a more personalized space, right? We respect the fact that tea means different for each person. It could mean different at different times of the day, right? For someone who is having tea in the morning would have what we call energize. It's a Assam tea, which has a lot of caffeine. It's going to wake you up. It's going to kickstart to your day. Sometime in the afternoon, you're going to have something like an uplift, which is the Kashmiri Kawa, which is green tea with some spices. Right? It's going to sort of just give you the kick to go through the remaining part of the day.
Amazing. I like the...
And then we would probably move in...
the metaphors attached to each time.
And then moving on towards evening or towards the post-dinner. You want to have a jasmine, which is soothing, a jasmine green tea, or you want to have a chamomile, which is going to unwind you, it's sleep-inducing, it helps you prepare for sleep.
For night,
Right? So for us, we've taken this positioning and said, we actually want to change the way India looks at tea. We want to make them think about why are they drinking it? Are they drinking it at the right time? Is it providing them what they need throughout the day? And so we've done this. We started this brand.
A lot of marketing and research.
Yes. So we spent about a year and a half building this entire proposition up.
Entire branding exercise.
Yes.
Phenomenal.
It made me travel almost 20 days in a month to go from city to city. We went to like about 14 or 15 different cities, talk to actually end consumers and try and understand what was the psyche behind it. And then we worked with some scientists who sort of helped pair the benefits in. If I'm claiming that chamomile soothes you, we know it soothes you, but there's some science behind it.
So back it up with actual content.
Exactly.
And research-driven information.
Exactly, because that's fundamentally, that's the view of the company. We never want to sell something that we can't stand by. Right? So
and the online tea party?
Right. So now we made this whole proposition and we realized that this proposition is actually going to appeal more to the youth. Right. So you're looking at India is actually a very young country. I think about
one of the youngest countries in the world.
It is. And that's where your mass is today. So we said, what's the best way to position this to get the youth involved with the process? So we had something called an online tea party, which is actually, we realized, has never been done in the world. And what we did is we sent out a lot of samples to consumers who signed up. We had about 3,000 to 4,000 people who signed up to receive samples. Everything was sent to them, and during a given duration of the day, we just had a tea party where everybody was video conferencing, video chatting, and they were all drinking the teas, commenting about what they like, what they don't like. So it's about 3,000 different people talking on an online platform about their passion for tea. And that's how we kickstarted the brand on the online space.
Unbelievable. And the response has been phenomenal.
It's very good, absolutely good. So we are now thinking of making that a yearly tradition.
So just basically building more brand awareness. Interest, desire for tea.
Correct. And also exposing people to the fact, or making people aware of the fact that tea is not what our fathers and our forefathers used to drink. It's not the milky, sugary blend
stated. Yeah, that
that
you get at the Lordy Walas or something.
correct,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's for some tea still that.
No,
right?
no, of course. It's the popular teas at train stations and all. That's what people drink.
Exactly.
Yes,
And that's
yes.
probably what people would still consume in the morning. But once people start moving through the day,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of herbal teas, a lot of green teas.
And depending on the mood of the moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
okay.
actually, we're coming up with something called blueberry muffin tea.
Wow.
Which
That's exotic.
it is very exotic.
Wow.
It makes you feel that it makes you crave to have a muffin. So it's got the aroma.
Yum. That's really cool. I grew up in the States, so we understand what blueberry muffin
Exactly, right?
kind
So
of
it's
tastes, you know,
it gives you that
relate
hit.
Wow.
It excites your palate, but
Yes,
it's
yes.
not there. So you want to eventually go grab one.
to you. Okay. very
And that's
good.
this sort of
Yeah.
R&D is what we are very good at,
Yeah,
right? It's
yeah.
how do we provoke your senses
Yeah.
to really desire the product.
Amazing. You know, I really want to thank you so much because you're so young and you represent the new India. You're at the helm. आप एक you know entrepreneur within a family setup. और आपकी energy देख के it's just very inspiring. We wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Really wish you the best of luck as Sumit Shah at the helm of Madhu Jayanti.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being with us on The Big Idea.
My pleasure.
Thank you. For those of you that are serious about realizing your goals, for those of you that are always on a quest of improved success, not enough to just want to do better. Rather, you need to take full-fledged action on your wants and your dreams. God bless you, Neva Jain.